So this is the second part of general arrangement, chapter 2. I probably distributed this file last week, Thursday, through the Kakao. And we are in the second chapter and second part as a sample illustrations of general arrangement. So this one shows a silhouette or side view of different types of ships. If you are experienced ship naval architecture in the future, then you can identify ship type from this kind of silhouette of the ship. Anyway, the first line shows a research vessel, motor yacht, and sailing yacht. And sailing yacht is simple because they have a sail, and cruise ship in the middle looks similar, but the size also matters. And the bulk carrier is very, how can I say, shallow, thin. The depth is low. This is probably because the underwater shape is bigger than above water shape, comparing to the other ships, especially the yacht and cruise ships. The passengers don't want to stay below the water. They want to have their rooms in the high above the water to see more sight outside. So that underwater body of the ship is smaller and above water body is bigger. That is a usual case for this cruise ship or other types. Comparing to the cargo ships, they don't need to have a larger above water structures. One difference is for container ships and also car carrier. They usually have a higher above water structure. That is because of the density or weight of the cargo. Anyway, so this is the silhouette, and here is the bulk cargos, the samples I already showed you the other day. Cookies above and core below. They are not in a box, something like a container, or they are not as a liquid which can be pumped out through the pipe. So the dry bulk cargos are special to be handled. The handling methodology are different. Now we see the container ship, and looks like the numbers at the left lower corner saying that the dead weight is 54,000 tons. Overall length is about 294 meter, and breadth is 32.2 meter. And this breadth number, 32.2 meter, is very popular to many ships because this is a maximum breadth that can pass through the Panama Canal. Because many ships want to travel through the Panama Canal and also to be a big ship. So this is the maximum size that can be passed through the Panama Canal in the middle of American continent. So you can memorize this number, 32.2 meter of breadth. And then fourth number is the draft. And the last one saying container TU of 4,800 TU container ships. And larger container ship here is designed by Samsung Heavy Industry. Length is more than 366. And breadth is now is 50. Right? And 50 is larger than Panama Canal. So the ship cannot pass through the Panama Canal. But recently, the Panama Canal expanded their size so that probably this ship, I don't know whether, but my memory is saying that 50 meters is the maximum, but I don't know whether this one can pass through. And depth is about 30 meters. Cargo capacity 13,000. Comparing to this one is less than 5,000. So this one is saying 2.5 or 2.6 times more than previous one. And speed, knots and kilometer is different. You see that. And double skin fuel tank is they want to protect the liquid is spilling out to protect environmental pollution. They have a twin skin, double skin of the tank, because usually the fuel tank is located near the bottom of the ship. Questions? No. So let's see a video how container is loaded. How long is it? 5 minutes.
우리나라 상황이라면 이렇게 살릴 수 있는 환자를 보내는 게 굉장히 힘들었죠, 사실은.
Let me show you how containers work. It's possible that most things around you right now came from a container ship. The food you ate, the phone or computer you're looking at. We have anything from apples to frozen meat to explosive or toxic gases on the ship. Some of the things we carry is pretty bizarre. But everything actually begins in the office with a team of people we call central planners. They drop cargo plan for the whole supply chain. Then it's sent to a chief mate to adjust as required. The containers are loaded by port's crane. Some say they were used by the Empire. Starting from the bottom, stacking up like Legos. These cargo holds can be as deep as 40 times 40 meters. The spades are built with these long sail guides that run downwards. It secures the containers in place. And this is what an empty container hold looks like. Once it's filled, a hatch cover is placed on top so that more containers can be loaded. The ones above on deck will need extra lashings to secure them. Workers from the port handle the physical labor of lashing. Thank God, because these full metal rods are very, very heavy. turnbuckles are twisted to tighten the steel rods. For that, we have turnbuckles, short bars, long bars, and twist locks. There's actually a few types of twist locks on our ship. Some are manual, some are automatic. It all depends on the location of the containers, but they serve the same purpose, which is to lock containers. Once again, it really is just like stacking Legos. The fruits and frozen products are transported by reefers. Reefers are short for refrigerated containers. They are pretty much a gigantic portable fridge. It can keep temperatures anywhere from room temperature to negative 30 degrees. That's negative 90 Fahrenheit for America folks. So what's my part in all this? Well, as third mate, my job during cargo operation is to monitor the loading and discharging progress. Afterwards, checking the lashing to make sure it's done properly. The last thing we want are containers falling to sea if we ever run into bad weather. Other than that, we keep watch on the overall condition of the ship, including safety and security, checking the mooring lines and looking out for any suspicious activities like stowaways or pirates. So that was a general overview of how cargo operations are done on container ships. If you got any specific questions, make sure to leave it.
Questions? No? Then we can move on to next slide that it shows a cruise ship at the left-hand side. This is Yokohama port of Japan. And some bridge, looks like a bridge, the floating port for the passengers, passenger lounge. And the numbers at the left-hand side is the dimensions for this passenger lounge or station, not the ship. Okay, then we move on to cruise ship. Okay, so number one is for public space for lounge, bar, and drinking room, dining. And number two is galley, the kitchen there, to serve the lounge and dining rooms. And number three is here, the cabins, passenger cabins. Number four, where is it? Number four is here, the theater. The shows are going on there. Number five is shopping area, number five. And six is crew accommodation. So lower down in the front of the ship, far away from the dining and shopping area. Number seven is bridge, where the captain is located, so that the crew members are also nearby. And six, engine room is eight, is the main engine. Others
Hello?
I'll send the KakaoTalk message to the professor directly right now. I think we're all having the same problem. So he's not seeing the message yet.
Should we also write to him, maybe?
Sorry?
Do you have to also write to him, maybe, in case, I think, if many people write, maybe he can see.
Sorry, I couldn't hear that. Your voice is kind of like buzzing.
Return back. My internet connection was bad. Sorry for this. Okay, let's continue on video. Let me see where we stopped. The cruise ship. Cruise ship video. This one. So let's move on to again. 네? 다시 들어왔어.
This is the Symphony of the Seas, an 1,188 feet long, 8,880 person, 18 deck, 7 neighborhood beast of a cruise ship that makes the Titanic look like a kayak. It cost $1.4 billion, but cruise ships only last about 25 years. 25 years of constant cleaning and maintenance, plus an enormous amount of food, fuel, fees.
Can't see the
and
video,
employees.
Professor.
But tickets can cost just $60 or $70 a day, cheaper than most retirement homes and a bit more fun. So making quite a bit of it.
Sorry, I did not make sharing, right?
Yeah, we can see the video.
Let me start again.